Welcome back to Royal Watch Daily, the place where we break down royal speeches, royal strategies, and the unspoken meanings behind every carefully crafted moment. Today, we're diving into one of the most striking contrasts inside the modern monarchy, the completely opposite speaking styles of Meghan Markle and Catherine, Princess of Wales. And trust me, when you hear these two side by side, the differences are impossible to miss. Catherine speaks like someone who understands that every word she says carries the weight of an institution. When she steps up to a podium, she doesn't put herself at the center. She puts her mission there. She'll open with a small personal point, just enough to establish her intention, and then she immediately shifts. The I disappears and the we begins. We must do more. We can make a change. Suddenly, the room isn't listening to a princess, they're part of a collective purpose. And that's the brilliance of Catherine's rhetorical style. She doesn't try to convince people she cares. She shows it through the structure, the logic, the evidence she brings. She talks about childhood development, trauma, neuroscience, and the long-term impact of mental health as if she were presenting a national strategy, not delivering a celebrity speech. She quotes people she meets, not to elevate herself, but to elevate their stories. Even when she mentioned a prisoner who told her, "Prison was the best thing that happened to me. I didn't know I needed help," she wasn't dramatizing it. She was grounding her point in lived reality. Catherine's tone is steady, calm, almost understated. And that is exactly why it carries authority. It's leadership through clarity, not performance. Now, Meghan Markle, her approach could not be more different, and it's not accidental. Meghan speaks the way a lifestyle brand speaks: emotional, polished, aspirational, and focused on identity. When she launched the SmartWorks capsule collection, she didn't begin with the cause itself. She began by connecting it back to her own past project, the cookbook. Not because they were truly similar, but because it reinforced her personal narrative of women empowering women. Its messaging built around her story, her voice, her role. Meghan uses vivid little scenes like, imagine going through your closet. Think about what you would wear to an interview. This is classic marketing language. It invites the audience to see themselves in a polished, idealized version of the world she's describing. It's what rhetoricians call a second persona, the identity the speaker wants the audience to adopt. Meghan's persona is stylish, confident, aspirational, and rooted in her own brand of empowerment. And then she drops a line like, "It's good for commerce," which reveals what's sitting underneath the emotional messaging. The commercial element. Meghan ties everything to personal connection. Her really good friend Misha, her fashion network, her curated taste. The message is clear. You're not just joining a cause, you're joining her world. So when you put these two women side by side, the contrast is sharp. Catherine speaks from the institution outward, calm, collective, evidence-based. Meghan speaks from herself outward, emotional, personal, brand-driven. Catherine invites you into a mission. Meghan invites you into an identity. Catherine builds trust through stability. Meghan builds influence through narrative. Neither approach is accidental, and neither approach is the same. One voice is shaped by duty. The other is shaped by branding. And in a royal family where communication is power, these differences shape not only public perception, but the entire story surrounding them. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into the royal narrative, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned right here on Royal Watch Daily. There's always more beneath the surface, and we're here to uncover it.